concerned, and you're totally right, because start for that. But before that, we need to do something a bit different than other panels. We need to hear and we need to speak regarding something else. I have here with me Miss Khandan Danesh. She's a PhD scholar and a great and active employee of this institution. So I have a question in my mind. Guys, I don't know if you have this in your mind or not, but I think, yes, we are here from this morning, and we heard a very, very nice research projects. We heard regarding the different schemes of that's for Afghan people. We heard about the very, very important books. We had different points from different people, which was amazing and a good opportunity. I myself am very grateful for all of organizers of this program, and I'm so happy being there. I had a very nice and enjoyable day till now. But now it's the time to know, since all of us came from different parts of the UK, maybe from London, Scotland, Wales, I don't know, every part of the UK. So I would love to ask Ms. Khandan, what is the main purpose of being here today? And what are we going to? And the most important thing, though, what next?
Thank you so much, Ms. Yacoubi. As Ms. Yacoubi very nicely put together, that we have come from far away today together. Why we are here? So we have heard so many wonderful projects, so many wonderful professionals, careers, developments, but why we are together? If we have this so many wonderful work, wonderful colleagues and professionals working on different fields with different expertise, but how we can get together in one platform? Because if we get together in one platform, if we create a platform, then we can, being together, we can really can make an impact. So that's why we are today. So actually, the conference today is the start to bring British Afghan scholars and professionals together. This conference was the beginning. So what is the next step? So the Afghan Institute for Strategic Studies has the initiatives and idea of creating the very first British Afghan Academic and Professional Association. So this is the idea and the initiatives that AICS is going to pursue. But I'm going to briefly explain what is this idea. But I'm very keen to hear from you. You're used to have your ideas, feedbacks on how we can establish this platform, this association, and how we can take this forward. We're very much looking for your recommendation, feedbacks at the end, but I will briefly go through it, and then you can note your questions and feedbacks, and then at the end you can share with the Institute. Thank you. So actually the mission of this creating the first British Afghan Association, Professionals and Academic Association, is to following the five main objectives. The first objective is to provide a networking platform for the Afghans who are in the UK, recognizing the academic and professional works of Afghans, supporting newly arrived Afghans, academic and professionals, promoting a scholarly endeavor on Afghanistan with each British academic institution, and also advancing Afghan academic and professional careers within academic institutions and public bodies, and also want to interact with the British authorities on UK's and Afghanistan relationship. So that is the main of 5 objectives that this association is going to follow. So what are our main stakeholders? So our main stakeholders are the academia, like university lecturer, researcher, PhD students, writers, civil society, lawyer, medias, and also the UK government, UK political parties, and UK's, of course, medias as well. So these are our main stakeholders that this association is going to interact with it. So what activities we are going to follow while we want to establish this association? So the very main activities, we are going to create a data bank for the whole member, so that we can have a clear list of our professionals and academic or academia within the British society. The second thing that we are going to pursue is having annual gathering or conferences, so that we can share, exchange our expertise, knowledge, achievement. And the third one is the annual prize. What is the annual prize? The annual prize is that this association would pursue under the direct rule of the EASS, is to recognize the achievements of the academic professionals, achievement of Afghan within the UK society. So the mechanism on how we recognize will be select for the prize will be developed later. I will explain the procedure that how we are going to work on it. So the first activities that we are going to pursue is developing some sort of scholarship scheme. So on how to develop this scheme and the roadmap, the mechanism. So actually this association, the founding members task force will do that once it's established. So what is next? The question might come into your mind, what would be the source of funding for this? So actually the idea that AS is put forward for the source of funding is the membership fee, sponsorship, professional and consultancy fee. But again, I'm emphasizing that the mechanism for all of this will be developed within the very concise roadmap by the task force of this association. So what is then the next step? This is the idea and this is the initiative that the EASS proposed. So what is the next step? So actually the next step is today that we, within at this conference, are asking the volunteer 5 to 7 members to nominate themselves as the founding member task force for this association. So what will this task force will do? Actually, the task force will do 2 main things at the very beginning. First, to work on a very concise mechanism and a very clear proposal with consultation with other task members and also other interested relevant stakeholders. And secondly, to develop a very clear mechanism for how we should proceed with the annual prizes for the very outstanding academic and professionals annual awards. So that is the 2 main tasks that the task force will do. So the next step is that I'm going to conclude here. But after this task force is established, the mechanism is developed, the roadmap is, the proposal is developed, EASS will continue consulting with different stakeholders in order to develop the final proposal and submit for public opinions. And also for funding and funding opportunities and then put this into operation. So I'm going to conclude here. Very much looking forward to have your recommendation on this, the source of funding, to add anything on the activities, So we are very much looking to have your ideas and recommendations. And the very most important thing that we are asking here is the volunteers that work in to be the founding members task force for this association. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to answer any questions and take your feedback. And those who are interested to nominate themselves can directly contact me or my colleagues at AISS. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, thank you for your clear explanation, Ms. Khandan. And I think, guys, this is, as I told you, this is a very important point of our program, because we heard a lot. To be honest, for me, that was a very, very big opportunity being here today, because I thought, as I'm saying, we all of us were forced to live in exile, and we're forced to leave our country. Most of us, maybe some of us came maybe some years ago, even their heartsick with our country, and we are looking for the opportunity to be together, speak together, spend some time together. So now it's your turn, and I think the good thing for this conference is that they have, they want to have our opinion and our feedback, and they want to know and hear from us how can they should forward, how can they should move, and what is the best way based on your opinion. So look forward to hear from you guys.
Today has been very wonderful, very fruitful, and I really learned a lot from various diverse presentations. Just a very quick thought about the 5 objectives that Khandan named, and I do welcome support and help and assistance to the very newly arrived academics from Afghanistan, but I think please also take into account those who have also been here before. The older academics, not the older academics though, not newly arrived academics, so those who have been here for a while. So just to expand. And then the second thing is if you keep the word newly arrival academics, you have to keep redefining what newly arrival academics will mean. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nishar, for your response, but I want to just make a note here that by helping the newly arrived Afghans to Europe, I mean that the objective is that we have Afghans who have been here, who have been working here, who have built their career, who have been working on very great initiatives. So creating this association and this platform is to bring this opportunity to exchange this knowledge, right? Among the Afghans who have been here, who have experience here, who have been integrated in the society very well, who knows the mechanism and the policy, to help the newly Afghans who are here. So that is what I mean by helping. It's not AISS will help them, it's about the platform that would provide these opportunities to help each other, to exchange among each other, in order to extend, to strengthen the communities as one Afghan diaspora communities or network within the British society. Thank you.
I would like to elaborate a bit more. The initial idea we were discussing with Dr. Samaradian was, it was about like somebody say, I'm lost. Okay, if you're lost, you should go there to the police station, or you should give a call to that number. And the initial idea was as such, like, okay, if somebody, after collapse, everyone is lost, of course, so he or she would like to continue into higher education, and they're lost. So if they're lost, who we have, I think the idea was let's have such center or such platform, who we have such institution platform that we tell them, oh, we're there, we will help you out, and we'll find you the way how you continue your higher education or you be in your professionalism area. So I think that was originally how the idea was. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think you explained it very well. There was a very clear example. For example, We have so many new Afghans here. For example, they want to pursue their higher education, their master's degree, their PhD, but because they are very new in the society, because they don't know the working business, what is in the market. So that is, they need the advice of our Afghan being here. That's the purpose of bringing all these very nice experience and initiatives together.
I have a suggestion here. You mentioned in terms of membership fees, but wanted to point out if students are the major participants, quite often even £5 money is a lot of money for them.
Thank you so much. As I mentioned also, that the idea of creating the task force for this association is to work on this mechanism, to consider these challenges, to consider the different opportunities and challenges, and then develop a very concise roadmap so that it could be feasible for every member that were interested to take part in this association. Thank you. Any other question or suggestion?
Bit of a logistical question. In terms of the volunteers for the task force, what's the time commitment you envision? Will it be like in person or online?
Thank you again. So for the mode of working is preferably online for the time being. But again, once the mechanism and the charter for this association is developed, so especially for the task force, they could think of the mode of working, but preferably for the time being is the online, and then we might have some face-to-face meeting, but it is online. It's up to the task force member how they get together, how they organize themselves, how they communicate. At the end of the day, our purpose is our input and output. So it doesn't matter if it's online or face-to-face, but input and output is very important. Thank you.
Let me have a question.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Khandan. I want to ask about the deadline for the work of this task force. Is there a specific deadline for those who are volunteers to work and then submit some proposal, or is their own decision?
So from today onwards, actually the main deadline for submitting the recommendation from the task force is 24th of January, if you see it in the draft idea. But for the nomination, you can start from today onwards. We haven't set a deadline for this year, but I would make a suggestion here so that we can agree on a deadline here. So that we have a specific deadline for that. So you can, whoever is interested, they can nominate themselves. But I would prefer, so today is the September 7th, I would prefer the end of September, the deadline for whoever is interested to nominate themselves. Would that be feasible for you? You have time to think about it? End of September for nomination. Should I take as acceptance? Yes, please.
What's the mechanism of nomination? Who can nominate?
So as I mentioned, the main stakeholders, so that's the university lecturer, university researcher, PhD students, writers, civil society activists, media. So the main, what I really want is that the membership of the task force should be very diverse. We should have PhD students, researcher, academic lecturer, and also from civil society, media. A diverse task force would make a diverse association, I think.
And inclusive.
Very inclusive, yeah.
So I assume the 8th of September would be the deadline. So whoever is interested to, you can reach ASS. If you see this paper with you, there is the contact number of ASS, the WhatsApp number, and as well as the email address. So you can send your nomination to this email. So we will have, and then we will finalize, and then we will reach to those who have nominated themselves, and we can work on the operational part of it. If there is no question, I would hand over to Ms. Yacoubi again. Thank you. Ms. Yacoubi, you can conclude.
I think we were very clear, aren't we, guys? Maybe your turn. I don't know. So everything is very clear, so good for us, and I'm very grateful from Khandan, because she was very clear and there is no other question. Hopefully we collaborate together, and I'm sure we will have lots of knowledge from this saloon, and we'll move forward with success, and maybe next year we will have a very clear mechanism for the task force and for moving forward. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the rest of the program and enjoy from the council. Thank you.